Hello, today has been a very chill and lazy and pyjama day. I've really not done very much at all. But Shabbat went out about half an hour ago, 45 minutes ago, and I organised the fridge and freezer and wrote down everything I have because I have such a crazy week ahead of me, and also after sort of the next 10 days I'm then going to be away for a week, so I want to make sure that I don't leave anything in the fridge that is going to go off. So I've made a list of all my meals that I need to organise, and I've gone through and allocated food to different days, but I forgot to allocate for this evening. But I bought a bag of potatoes when I first moved in about 10 days ago, and I haven't even touched them, I haven't even looked at them, so I'm just boiling most of them now, and then I can hopefully use some of them for roast potatoes, some for tonight and then some for some other nights during the week. So I've literally just finished chopping them up and I'm now trying to get the heat on. I made havdalah and then I lit the little candle that I got from my colleague on the ship, as well as my nice smelling one, which is almost done. And I'm kind of looking forward to it being done because then I can move on to the apple ones and I cannot wait. I fed my flowers some water, so I've done that as well. I have my bag of laundry from yesterday that has just been sat there and I've not put away, and I really should. I should anyway, but especially because I want to wear some of the clothes over the next few days, I need to sort it out. I've just got started as well on editing the next vlog, so hopefully that can be done. And yeah, I don't really know what my plans are for the rest of the evening. Probably just the vlog and continuing to read this audiobook that I'm very much enjoying. And then tomorrow, my plan is hopefully to go for a run in the morning, and then I'm gonna see if I can return the chopping board, because there's just no point in having two bad quality chopping boards, especially for the time being. I only need one at a time, I think. I don't start work until a bit later tomorrow, so that's quite nice. It's quite nice to have had 3 days in a row where I could sleep in. Not that my sleep-ins are crazy, I still wake up at 9:30, but that's such a sleep-in by my standards. Or it feels like a sleep-in, so I'm happy enough. But yeah, I think this day is just a bit of a write-off, and maybe hopefully tomorrow morning we can be a bit more productive before work. And then once I go to work, it is go until I go to Ireland. Good fun. Actually, yeah, no, it is. I thought I had next Friday off, but I don't. But I'll have Shabbat, although I'm working after Shabbat. But we'll manage, and hopefully there'll be a festive atmosphere and hopefully good food, sweets, chocolate, I don't know. And I reckon it's going to go so quickly. I reckon before I know it, I'm going to be on the plane to Ireland and just not even have sunk in yet that it's the very last day of the year. That's what I'm expecting to happen. I also very much want and need to film, I want to wash my hair tomorrow, but I also need to film my last Vlogmas video, and I only have a few days until it needs to go up. So hopefully I can do that tomorrow as well. Anyway, I'm gonna keep watching these potatoes and hope that they start boiling soon, and I will see you. I can't imagine I'll be seeing you again this evening, but probably tomorrow. Bye! Good morning. I feel like this morning so far has been reasonably productive. I woke up around 9, which was earlier than I usually wake up when I sleep in. Usually I wake up at 9:30, but I'm kind of glad because tomorrow's an early start again. So happy to start getting the body back into waking up earlier. Although, yesterday and the day before I woke up at 9:30, so not a huge difference. But it's also great because it means I can go for my run a bit earlier. I finished breakfast around 9:30 and it is now 11, so I am just warming up as I'm talking to you. And then I'm gonna go for my run. Once again, I have no motivation, but we're just gonna go for it. And also that helps because I have all these other things I want to do today, and it just means that I'll have more time for it. When I get back from my run, I will wash my hair, which it's not as desperately needed now as it was last week, but I just want to do it because I'm not going to have another chance. And then I want to I can feel I've still got this cut that I had last week. That's not good. Not last week, on Friday. And then I want to try and return the chopping board and go to work and sort lunch out for today and for the next few days. All I need to do is boil some pasta, but I want to do it. Oh, and I need to do my Taskmaster because that's related to the pasta. I need to not forget that when I'm making the pasta. And then I need to do Dear Hopefuls as well, which I forgot about. Can you hear all the clicking, by the way? I don't know if you can, but that's my buddy. Good fun. I really don't want to go for this run, but at least it's reasonably sunny. It is cold, very cold, but sunny. Oh, I hope once I start that I'll feel better about it. I wonder if I should put a plaster on my foot. Anyway, I'm gonna keep warming up and finding motivation, and I will see you when I get back. Bye! Hello, sorry about the terrible backlighting. I've just got back from my run. I did a whole spiel on my running video, which you'll have seen or you will see at some point. Although this may be a good time to remind you that I do have a donation link and you can donate anonymously, and even just £1 or £2 would be great. We're getting very close to the run now and I really, really, really want to hit my fundraising goal. It was called out and it was a tough run for me. I really didn't enjoy this run at all, but I did it. I'm now very sore. My legs they actually I think need like a massage or at least a bath, but they're not going to get either of those. They're going to get some stretches and then a hot shower. So I want to shower, I want to cook, I want to go to my grandma's, I want to drop off the chopping board, and then I need to go to work. And it's 12 o'clock and I've got until, I think I want to leave home around 3:15. No, probably 3. So I've got 3 hours to get everything done, and I need to do the hopefuls and my task. I need to stretch quickly and then shower quickly. I'll see you later. Hello. I have done my Taskmaster. I've made the pasta. I've made a lot. I have no idea. I knew approximately how many portions I wanted to make, but I just had no idea what I was doing, how much I was putting in. So we'll see how much it creates. It looks like quite a lot. I would say this is going to give me my lunch today and then 2 extra portions, but I'm not entirely sure. And I only used one of the corn minces that I had in my freezer when I was expecting to use both. And I keep debating whether or not to use the second, but I feel like this will do. You know, I like plain pasta, so I don't need it to be like majority corn mince. I can have it be majority pasta with a bit of other flavour. And it just means I have it for another day. But I very almost forgot to do my Taskmaster because I added the corn mince, and like as I was adding it, I realised that I needed the pasta to be plain for the Taskmaster. But because it came sort of half frozen in a block like this, the whole block was just sat on top of the pasta, so I just scooped from the side and did my Taskmaster video, which I had to do twice because the first time I tried to take a bite out of the pasta and it fell out of my hands. But I'm glad I've done it. I need to send it off, but I haven't done that yet. And it's now, I think, 1:30 exactly. So I've got about, oh, do you know what? I thought I only had half an hour, but I've got half an hour until I said the latest I can start having lunch. Because I want to leave home at 3, so I said to myself I need to have lunch by 2. So actually, I'm ahead of time, but I haven't done the hopefuls yet, so that needs to be the next task. Do you want to have a look at my pasta? Ta-da! Yay! And I've been listening to an audiobook. I've been flying through books and I love it. And this is the 3rd of a trilogy and I really like the trilogy. It's very, ooh, hello. It's very clever. I don't know how long I need to leave this on. Like the pasta was already warm. I was just warming up the corn. Anyway, I'm gonna keep doing this and listening to my audiobook and sending off the Taskmaster thing. I haven't got any new ones yet for today. That's a bit annoying actually. Ah well. I reckon, how many weeks have we got left? We've only got, I think, 1 more full week. So I reckon this might just be a week of like, finish up your last tasks and guess which task was the one only you did and that kind of stuff. And I need to prepare for the live tasks, which I just haven't done at all, but hey ho. All right, I'll see you later. Hello, I'm home. I got home reasonably early comparatively to what I was expecting. I had a good journey home. And once again, I left like a couple of minutes early to catch an earlier bus, which was a very good move and very nice of my colleague to let me do that. I am now trying to fry some potatoes, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I feel like I'm failing miserably. I'm gonna have kind of eggs and chips, but more like fried eggs and fried potatoes, if I even get that far, to be honest. I thought I would fry them instead of roasting because it would be quicker, but so far it doesn't really feel like it's been much quicker. I feel like I've had a good day. I've been able to do more or less everything. Well, I have been able to do everything that I wanted. I guess the only thing I haven't done, which is kind of urgent, is to edit my Vlogmas video, my last one, but I did film it. But then aside from that, I returned the chopping board. I, in theory, should be getting the money back, so that's great. I was hoping it would be cash, and it wasn't, but it was on card, so hopefully it'll come through. I'm only worried because I tapped a different card to the card that would have paid for it, and I don't know if that's going to be an issue, but hopefully not. I mean, I got a receipt to say it was refunded, so you'd think that that would mean it doesn't matter. So yeah, I've accomplished everything that I wanted to, which is great. My legs are still kind of sore from the run, and I just don't know what to do. I mean, I've now got a week off running anyway, potentially longer if I don't run next Sunday. And I've just got to, I think, stretch every day. I think my problem is that I generally only stretch on days that I run, and I need to stretch in between as well. And I need to do more strength training. I don't do any strength training. But anyway, we got some more chocolates at work today, so that was a win. And we got the chocolates from our CEO at like 8:30, I would say, and I finished my shift at 9. And it was just me and one other person working, and we opened the chocolates, and I really thought I was gonna have 1 or 2 and, you know, let it go, because it was only half an hour left of my shift. If it was like 7 hours left, that would be a different story. But between the two of us, we ended up eating quite a lot. And at one point I sort of jokingly said, there's gonna be none left. Like, I'd sent an email to the team to say, just so you know, the CEO has left us some chocolates, I'm leaving them here. I mean, I'm back in tomorrow anyway, but still, just in case. And I sort of said to my colleague, you know, I've said to everyone else that there's going to be chocolates, but there's going to be none left. And then we were having like a little bit of back and forth, and I then jokingly said, what if we only left them the Bounty and Snickers? You know, like, imagine if we did that. But I said it sort of like as a joke, not as a, oh, we should do this. And my colleague was like, that is genius, let's do it. And I was like, oh, okay, we're doing this, so we did it. And I just hope it's a well-received prank. I mean, we've kept the other chocolates and we've told them where they're gonna be. We've written it like on the lid, but I just hope they get it and that it's, you know, funny to them rather than just like weird or selfish or whatever. I think it's quite funny. I think it's funny because we haven't eaten the rest. If we had like actually got rid of the rest, then that wouldn't be funny. So yeah, and now I've got probably 2 hours or so, 1.5 to 2 hours before I'm gonna try and go to bed. And I'm gonna try and watch some more of The Office with my friend because we've not watched it for ages. And I'm gonna try and keep frying this. I'll see you probably tomorrow. Bye. Hello. I have just got home, as you can probably tell. It's been a long day, but it hasn't felt too long, like it's felt reasonable. But it has been very chilly today. I like the outfit I put on. I'm wearing, I'll show you in a second, this top button is like digging into, it's not even a button, but it's digging into me. Wow. Oh, there's something in my pocket. It's my phone. Gotta get all the layers off, everything. But I'm wearing this outfit with my nice warm thermal leggings that I bought from M&S for Lapland. And instead of a plain black top, I've paired it with my thermal black top from Primark, which I don't know if you can see, it's got like holes in it, like a little pattern, which I just thought was a nice, you know, just a little flare. And I love the sleeves. They've got these cuffs that I just really like, but it's not particularly warm. I mean, I bought a thermal for a couple of pounds. What was I expecting? But it just, if you're looking for like actual thermal wear, this isn't it. But I've loved it as an outfit, and I wore my necklace and I wore Christmassy earrings, reindeers. And today, Christmas Eve, is the first day I feel like I've properly heard Christmas songs. My colleague very kindly brought me home at the end of the night. I've literally just walked in. I think I said that already. And on the car radio, they were playing Have Yourself a... How does it go? Have yourself a very Merry Christmas. No, what? Have yourself a very Merry... What? Is that the line? You know which song I'm talking about. That one. And then she dropped me off at the shops because I needed to get milk and bread because this is my last chance buying anything until like Saturday night, maybe? Yeah, Saturday night. Oh no, that's not true because I'm working. So potentially Sunday morning. Potentially, that would be like the earliest. And I'm running low on milk and I'm running somewhat low on bread. So I just wanted those two things and I got them. And in the shop they were playing like I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas and another one. Oh, and Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. I can't remember what the first one was, but I enjoyed it. It made me happy. I was at the till going, rocking around the Christmas tree. Like, I was just having a great time. But the plan for this evening is to cook. Well, not really cook, reheat stuff. Send off. I've got to send off something that sort of may lead to an audition, which may lead to work, but I want to email that off. Not that anyone's going to be checking their emails now, but I just need to do it because it was like a recommendation and I want them to remember that I've been recommended. And I need to edit, actually I should do that first. I need to edit my last Vlogmas video because it's going up tomorrow. And then hopefully there will be some time for The Office after that. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. My flowers from last week are looking a bit droopy, but my flowers from Friday are like properly blossoming. I think giving them a bit more space and a bit more water and a bit more love has probably helped. But it makes me happy. I'm like full of life. I'm full of energy. I love it. More chocolates today at work. I think I stole some again. I can't help myself. I went to the shop today and because it's like quite close to closing time, I said to myself, I'm not going to look at the reduced section. And what do you know? I went to the reduced section and I exhibited self-restraint. Is that the right phrase? I didn't do anything insane. I didn't buy anything. So proud of me. But I'm going to do this, I'm going to change, and I'm going to do all those other things. I may see you later, I may not. Bye! I have so much I want to share with you. First of all, I found this hat. I have so many hats and I tend to just wear the same one over and over again, but I found this one and actually it's a bit nicer than the other one I have, because on the other one the baubles starting to like come loose and it just like flops. And also I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's more comfortable. So that was a good find. I have here a bag of goodies. I'm gonna show them to you that my boss gave me at work. Today has been such a wonderful day. The last 24 hours have been so wonderful. The holiday spirit is well and truly in the air. One thing I forgot to mention about yesterday was that when I went to work, I got to the tube and I noticed it was really empty and I didn't really give it much thought. And then all of a sudden, as I was sat, you know, during rush hour, I was thinking, oh, hang on a minute. It's because most people are off work. Who's gonna be traveling at 8 in the morning on, you know, 2 days before Christmas? This gal is. So that's first of all. Second of all, I lit my gorgeous apple pie candle and it does have a really lovely scent and I love it so much. And what's interesting is it's made me notice that the lemon one obviously just wasn't really working because I never got a lemony scent, whereas that I can just smell all the time. The only thing that's a shame is that I didn't get a waft of it as I entered the flat. But then it's not been lit for like 20 hours, so that's probably why. I wore little snowman earrings. I'm trying not to go too like Christmassy. I just want to go festive. This is my whole like reawakening or whatever you want to call it, with not letting the Christian world rule and dictate the way I live and behave. But right, so today at work, again, it was very quiet on the tube, which was lovely for me, and I got to work reasonably early. I stole some more tea. I was trying to figure out what that sound was. I realised I don't have this tea. Peppermint tea, which I'm kind of surprised I hadn't realised I didn't have. But what was wonderful is we have this coffee machine at work which does really good coffees and really good hot chocolates. So I made myself like a mocha. It also does really good mochas, but I ended up messing up. Basically what I wanted to do was make a hot chocolate and then add extra milk, and in the end I accidentally made a hot chocolate and then added coffee, so it was just a mocha. But it was good. But then I found these peppermint things and I could get the scent, and so as I was drinking this mocha I got the scent of the peppermint, and you know, scent like really impacts flavour and that kind of thing. And it was almost, not quite, but it was almost like drinking a peppermint mocha, and it reminded me of the good old days when I used to go to Greg's and get the mint mochas. Close enough, close enough. But anyway, work was really quiet throughout the day, and it got to, I want to say 2:30, and I could tell that there was not going to be anything more to do. Like, I just knew, you could sense it in the air. Everyone was done. But my manager asked me to stay on. They needed to go and do something and then they would come back to do something together. And I said, yeah, that's fine. Like, I'm getting paid for sitting around on my phone, so like, I don't care. And they come back and we do the work, and like, it's again then another hour of like not doing anything. I said to myself, I'm going to stay until at least 4 because I want to get paid and I'm allowed to, but like, there's probably not going to be anything to do, and there was in fact very little to do. But my manager left before me, and as they were leaving, they said, Raquel, come in here for a second. And then asked me how, they know that I'm Jewish, but they asked me, how religious are you in terms of what you eat? Does it need to be strictly kosher? And I said, well, usually like I accept just vegetarian. As long as something says suitable for vegetarians, I don't mind. So he says, will you take these biscuits? And I checked and it said suitable for vegetarians. And I said, yeah, of course. And then there was another thing and another thing and another thing. In the end, I got 4 things and a wonderfully big bag, which that in itself, I was gonna ask them if they wanted the bag back at the end, but I was like, they don't care enough about bags. Like, my manager earns well. They don't worry about having these kinds of bags. But the thing is, right, I was thinking this, my manager absolutely earns very well, but is also so generous. Like, really, I've noticed it time and time again, super generous. We have a staff member, we've got a few, but specifically this story is about one staff member who is Muslim, and my manager called them in and again like made sure that there were specifically halal foods and things that they could give. I just thought so kind. And I think I mentioned they gave me like a little bonus when I went to Australia, which is crazy. Like, I was going away and I got a bonus. So a very decent person, I think. And I also see it with the way they interact with the clients and everything. So first of all, this has been, I think, the story of the last 2 weeks. I got a box of celebrations. Now, I did say I would try and share it with my family. That is if I get to see my family at all in this festive period, because realistically, it's not looking likely. But These are we've got loads of, I mean, you would have seen from all the chocolate I stole. I've been getting through a lot of celebrations. We got another box today and I made sure to pick out all the Twixes because they always go so quickly and I love them. Anyway, next up, this is one I'm super excited about. Look at that. I have not had shortbread all year and I've been thinking about it all year because I love shortbread. I'd never really had it before and then I had it at some point while I was in Ireland and now I just really, really love it. Anytime I'm given the opportunity to try it, absolutely let me have some. Oh, and they've got, oh wow, I didn't even check these. Wow. Demerara sugar shortbread, which I just imagine as brown sugar shortbread, which sounds amazing. All butter shortbread, classic, yum. Chocolate shortbread, I've never heard of that, with Belgian chocolate chips. Oh, that sounds so good. And I mean, it's from Selfridges, it's gonna be good. And then stem ginger shortbread, which I'm kind of uncertain about, but very willing to try. Yum, gorgeous, what a treat. Obviously, I'm gonna share these things. As much as I like to steal food when it's given like in a general setting, when I'm given stuff like this, I want to share it because there's no way I'm gonna finish it. Next, we've got some vegan Turkish delights, which again, look at that packaging, it's gorgeous. Rose and lemon, interesting. Oh, speaking of, I've got something else to tell you, but I'll tell you that after. Yum, yum, yum. And then finally, this feels like such a win. Just regular tea. It says flavoured black tea. I wonder what it flavoured of. It's a twist on the classic Earl Grey. Ooh, this sounds amazing. Our Selfridges blend tea combines Sri Lankan tea leaves with mango, vanilla and bergamot notes before mixing in flower petals to add a splash of Selfridges yellow to your cup. I mean, that sounds exquisite. That sounds incredible. Oh, I can't wait to try that. And another bag. I love me some bags. Actually, maybe I'll put these back in there for now. So yeah, that's a win. I very much do plan on sharing them. Even if I can't this half of the year or this end of the year, I will find an excuse to share it with people early next year. The other thing I was gonna say was one of our clients gave us a box of chocolates. I think they're called Pierre Marcolini or something like that. Quite a high-end brand. And sometimes chocolates like that intimidate me and they're a bit too fancy for my liking just because like I'm happy with celebrations or just like Cadbury's or whatever. I don't do fancy, she says, hauling like a bag of Selfridges stuff. But I tried like a regular chocolate, which was nice. And then I tried one that I was really unsure about whether or not I was gonna like it, but I bit into it and I wish I could have recorded my face as I was eating it. It was phenomenal, it was so good. It was described as a white chocolate shell with a passion fruit filling. And I love passion fruit and I quite like white chocolate, but I just wasn't sure about its combination. I always feel a bit funny about fruit and chocolate. Sometimes it works great and sometimes I don't agree with it. But I just knew I liked passion fruit and I was just like, I just want to see, like, it's such a fancy brand that they must know what they're doing. If I'm ever going to enjoy fruit and chocolate, surely it will be this. And oh my goodness, I bit into it. And it was so good. It was so good. This was yesterday. It was like that big and I bit into half of it and my face, like I could feel my face light up. I was like, whoa. And so then I like really tried to savor and enjoy the second half. And we do still have a second one in a similar style, which is lemon. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it as much because I do love passion fruit, but I might need to try it. Oh, that was so good. Anyway, and as I was leaving work, it was kind of cloudy and, you know, mostly dark, but the sky had this like purplish hue to it. It was gorgeous. It was stunning. It just felt so Christmassy as I was leaving work. I loved it. Oh, and then last night, I know I like filmed a couple of shots. I just had like the best cozy night in. I was a little bit worried my evenings this week were just gonna feel like nothing because obviously I'm working until late. But I was able to light the candle, I was able to have some nice food, I was able to start watching a Christmas movie, which, by the way, so it's called Hot Frosty, and I have seen stuff about it all over my timeline, and the whole time I was like, this just doesn't sound like something for me. I didn't really know anything about it other than a snowman comes to life, but even just from the title, I was like, this is not for me at all. But then as I was looking through my Netflix stuff, it came up and it looked like it was lighthearted and it was an hour and a half long, I think. So I was just like, you know what? Let's go for it. And it just felt like and I had tea. Oh, it was just so wonderful. And I'm planning on having a similar night tonight. I'm gonna do some roast potatoes, I'm gonna make an egg, and I'm going to hopefully finish watching Hot Frosty. I'm gonna light my candles. Did I say that already? And I'm just gonna, yes, cozy up. The first set of flowers I was sent are starting to look quite droopy. I think they're called carnations. The big ones are still thriving, I would say, but the rest, the roses and the other ones, are all not looking as happy. And you can see the leaves are, yeah, like wilted, is that what they're called? This bunch on the other hand, stunning. So I'm gonna empty that and then get rid of my bin bag tomorrow morning because it is over full and it will be nice to have a fresh bin bag. I think those are all the updates for now. Oh, I lost my hair tie. I'm gonna get myself cozy and Christmassy, and I don't know if I'm gonna speak to you again. My camera battery is also running low, so that's another reason why I may not. But I'm loving it. You know what? Like, I have been working long days. I'm still gonna be working long days, but I'm feeling really positive and festive, and that anxiety that I spoke about, I think in the last vlog, has more or less subsided. It's still like in the back of my mind, but it's not as present as it was. And it's now exactly a week until I go, which I've only just realized, and that's really exciting. So yeah, we're feeling good. All right, I'll see you later, or not. I'll see you at some point. Bye. Hello, good morning. Last night, as I was setting my alarm, I was so excited because the alarm I was setting was for 2 hours later than usual. I was like, amazing, I'm gonna get such a sleep in. This morning, I woke up maybe 40 minutes later than I normally would. And I did try stay in bed, but it really didn't work. So I got up. Although I was sort of having a chill, lazy, easy morning. And I mean, I'm still in pajamas. I've made myself a coffee, which I don't usually do. I'm really missing hot chocolate, but I've heard that there's a Cadbury shortage and I don't really trust any of the other chocolate powders. We always used to have Nesquik, and I don't know why I didn't get that one. Perhaps it was far more expensive, or I don't know. But I've now got about an hour until I need to go, so still plenty of time, and I've had breakfast. I'm just still enjoying the coffee because it's too hot. I've been listening to a lot more of my audiobook, which turns out I actually already read last year, but I remember hardly anything. And I prepared a really like Christmassy outfit for today, and I will share it with you once I'm dressed, and I love it. And I'm thinking of bringing my Santa hat into work. I'm feeling festive. And I don't know if I mentioned on here, I think I did. A few days ago, I made a list of what I'm gonna have for every meal between now and sort of when I leave. And I'm so glad I did that. That's been really, really helpful, and it's helping me empty my fridge and freezer, but also, you know, still have substantial enough meals and make sure over this period where I can't go shopping that I've still got enough food. So for lunch today, I've got a pasta and vegetarian bolognese dish that I sort of made / combined with something that my grandma gave me. So I'm looking forward to having that for lunch. Technically today is my shortest day of the working week except Friday, but I'm only working at one job, so I feel like it's gonna feel more long and more boring. And then tomorrow I think is like half an hour longer than today. But again, I have a sleep in tomorrow, supposedly, so that's nice. And then the only other really long day I've got is Monday, and then I fly straight after work on Tuesday. I need to pack. I really need to pack. I mean, I'm only taking hand luggage and I'm only going for a week, so I don't need that much. But I do just want to make sure that I'm not wearing the clothes that I want to take with. When you travel with hand luggage only, you really need to think about, you know, what you're bringing. But yeah, as I said, I've got an hour, so I think I'm just gonna enjoy my coffee and then have a nice long shower and maybe watch some YouTube or something. Just keep myself occupied, really. And I need to not forget to empty my bin today. It is over full. So that needs to come with me today as I leave. Very kindly, one of my colleagues is giving me a lift to work because I forgot that, or I didn't realise that public transport wasn't running today. So it's a good thing I can get a lift. Anyway, those are all the updates. Merry Christmas morning for those of you who celebrate. Merry Chanukkah morning. That's another thing. I'm waiting to see if my parents are going to call me when they do their lighting. I'm very excited for Chanukkah. Someone brought me donuts yesterday at work, which was so nice of them, and I just left them there to enjoy today, so I'm looking forward to that. And they were chocolate donuts. They looked so good. All right, that's all the news. Thank you for listening to me chat and yabber on, and I will see you later. Bye. I'll just give you a quick outfit of the day. I'm not actually going to wear the hat at work, but I'm bringing it with. I'm wearing this dress. Oh, I don't think you're going to get to see my legs. No. Oh, that wasn't good. Can you see my tights? I'm wearing the maroon tights. And my boots, of course. Now, the timing of my parents calling me was phenomenal. They called me at, I think, 2 minutes past 10, and I need to leave at 10 past 10. And it literally took 5 minutes. It's now 7 past 10. I am going to put my hat in my bag. I'm going to bring the rubbish down, and then I'm going to go. I've also got sort of Christmassy earrings in. I've got my green scarf. I've got my green coat. I've got a green jumper. I'm loving it. I'm so happy. I'm probably gonna be cold wearing this. I'm probably gonna end up wearing the jumper all day, but it makes me happy. And the tights, I love it. I haven't even looked at myself, to be honest. Oh, it makes me happy. It works so well. All right, I gotta go, but I just wanted to share that. And I even had time to talk to you. So excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, bye. Hello. Today has actually been a really, really lovely day. Actually, one thing I forgot to mention yesterday was that as I came home from work, I have to walk, quite a bit from the bus stop to my house. And I just got this gorgeous scent of cooked food in the air. Like, it smelled like homemade meals the whole street down. It was so lovely. But anyway, today the timing, I think I mentioned, the timing of leaving the house was fantastic. And then also that combined with being picked up. Like, I stood outside, I think, for a minute before I was picked up. It worked so well. And there was no traffic on the road, so we got there so early. But work was good. There was a nice team on, a really nice team, and it was crazy busy, which I think I was expecting, but I wasn't sure and I didn't quite know what to expect. And it was mental. But there was a really lovely atmosphere and my colleagues loved that I brought the hat, so that was great. And we play music, and the person who set the music, I had not set a Christmas playlist. And I was sort of singing and dancing along to whatever song was playing. And I suddenly realised, like, this is the one day we should be playing Christmas music. So I mentioned it to them and they said they didn't really want to do like in-your-face Christmas music. So they found this Christmas jazz cover playlist and it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. And once again, we had lots of yummy food. Someone else brought in donuts today for me and they were so good. And they were like the proper donuts that we tend to associate with Chanukkah. And the day went so quickly. I think because of how busy it was, it just flew by, which was great. Until the last hour, I would say. Got to the last hour and I was like, okay, we can go home now. But I ended up having time to go to my family who were all doing like a big thing together. And amazingly, most of them were still there. I wasn't expecting that at all. But most of the family members were still there. And that was really nice. And there was one cousin who's been in university and not in London, so I don't get to see them as often, and I didn't know that they were going to be there, so that was really lovely. It was just so nice. I'm so glad I got to be a part of something. And I got 2 little Chanukkah gifts, which is so sweet and unexpected, but in classic fashion, or at least of what I was sort of brought up with, I'm not going to open them today because I already got my Christmas gift, my Chanukkah gift for today. Every year, our Dutch grandparents treat us to Netflix, so that's been renewed and that was today's Chanukkah gift. So one of these can be tomorrow, another one can be the day after, or if I don't expect to be getting gifts from anyone else. The only other people that I'm expecting to get gifts from are my parents, and we've already spoken about what that might be. But I wasn't expecting this, and it's so lovely. I'm hoping there's like actual Chanukkah cards in here because it would be so nice to put it up with all my Christmas stuff and, actually have something Jewish. But I'll put it with my Chanukkah for now. And it's beginning to, that's been in my head all day. Like since I woke up this morning. Actually, I think since I went to bed last night, I've had Christmas bells from Rent in my head. Specifically the bit of like, no room at the Holiday Inn, oh no. And it's beginning to, and it's beginning to, and it's beginning to. Anyway, I've had a really great day. And it's actually not even that late, it's 8:20, so I thought it was going to be later. I felt like it was going to be later, but I finished work earlier than usual. And tomorrow I have a longer day, but I start later, so I get to sleep in a little bit. And then I can't believe Shabbat is like the day after tomorrow already. And as I was leaving, I was saying, Happy New Year to some of my cousins, because I'm not going to see them until, I get back from Ireland. Crazy, how is it New Year's, in less than a week? Absolutely wild. One of my roses, actually a few of my roses, but the one that's facing me is really blooming and it's so gorgeous. Oh, I need to light my candle. Would you light my candle? No room at the Holiday Inn, oh no. Right. Also, I'd made this whole plan for my meals and didn't consider today that I would eat at my family's. I wasn't expecting that. But as a result, we've got one extra meal compared to what I was expecting. But I'm hoping I can keep it for tomorrow evening because it's a meal that I've taken out of the freezer, so I don't really want to refreeze. And it's also not something I can take into work. Most meals I can, but not this one. Well, if I don't have it today, I suppose I could have it Sunday lunch, but that feels like it's still quite far away. Anyway, I'm gonna make myself a cup of tea and light my candles and watch another Christmas movie maybe and have another cozy night in. And just one more time for the record before I get into my pajamas, I have loved the outfit I put on today. It's definitely one I will be reprising multiple times. Anyway, that's all. Bye!